It'd be funny if he does win it. Hope so. Well, now you can fix the chainsaw.
Sharpen chains at all?
I can't right now because I don't have a stone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hardware store might be able to. I don't know if they do or not.
Okay. I'll see if Duran can do it. Maybe.
Oh, John Deere?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a stone. I mean, fucking the COVID, the stone, I have it on it, but it's so small. And then we went to order some new one. Didn't have it.
Oh.
It's like, okay. And then now I forgot to order one. I just had a guy yesterday ask.
Yeah. Well, I'm cutting some wood with nailed old fir, fixing our porch, and they say if you get carbide or like those, the only thing that would work would be a rescue chain, but they don't even offer one of those for like a steel MS 261.
They used to.
20 inch bar too. Yeah.
I was always gonna buy one. That would have worked good for a tree last year, Cody. We had a fucking box elder that fell down over here in the neighbor's land, or hit our building. Everything was going fine until we got down to the base. And there's something inside.
Oh.
It was like nails or something
But
too.
we could never find what it was.
Yeah, I think sometimes those box elders will get a fence post or something right in them.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything, but it, like I cut and I could, obviously metal. Then I moved down like a foot. I think I'm fine. It was.
Yeah, somebody said just keep sharpening regular chains.
Well, you'll get through it, but. Huh. We don't have it in the book anymore, but I know I used to be able to get them.
And they told me that carbide you just rip the teeth off, but
Yeah, and then the Oregon dealers from Michigan, they sent a pamphlet out a few years back, and you could get them fire chains, firefighter chains. But then when the chain goes down, you have to send them back to Michigan to have them sharpened. And to have them sharpened, it was about half the price of the new chain.
really,
Yeah, so probably not that economical.
Yeah. Huh.
But it'd be fun to try.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see. We're cutting an old porch apart and redoing it. So that's virgin timber.
Right.
For the 1900s.
Yeah.
There's nails everywhere. And
that's like this fucking place. The beams in the ceiling are oak, rough cut oak.
Yeah.
This building was built in 1938.
Yep.
So you can't put a sheetrock screw into that wood. It'll break the screw.
Yeah.
So what I found is the fine threaded sheetrock screws, they'll go in. You go really slow. Otherwise, if you try to hammer them in there, they'll snap the screws off every time.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how hard it is.
Well, this was Marco's shop for a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it started out in the Pierce County Record. And that was 1938 as far as I can find back. And then Marco, it was the record, because I had customers coming here and I said, yeah, we used to come and buy the newspaper. So, and they're probably Marco's age, John's age. And I don't know when John bought it, probably sometime in the 70s. And he had a health club in here.
Really?
Yeah. But that was maybe later because Joey, his grandson, remembers getting towels out of the basement because he used to dry it down there. And Joey's only 30, 40
Yeah, so it could have been in the 80s then.
in the 80s. And then John and Bill Holst dynamited the parking lot out. And it wasn't much of a hillside anyway. I got pictures of what it was. It didn't have to be too terrible bad, but dynamited that out and put the garage door in. And we had sewer trucks in there.
Yeah, I remember the.
One sewer truck.
Yeah.
That's all he had. And then he must have built the place down there, the bigger shop. He sold the building to this girl named Anna Laura something. And she was going to have pottery in here. She was going to do like pottery classes, smoke crack and shit. Yeah. Then she worked at the Coachman in Baldwin and that. She was so drunk.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to do her pottery. And then she was living in here. And then over the years, nobody fixed it up.
Yeah.
And it was, I think when Marco had it, the feed mill was leasing it or renting it, because it was a feed mill for at 1.2, so they had feeding here. And so then that's, like the walls out there were studded, or they're a foot from the cement, and they're studded for the heat ducts to come down through. Well, then the mice get in there and feed mill, you know?
Yeah.
And so when I bought it, I got it the whole thing. And there was no insulation in the building. So I gutted it. I studded the 2x4s right to the wall, and I put in foam insulation.
Yep.
Nothing to get back behind there now. But it was that far, so Critters had it was like a condo back there.
Oh yeah.
And I got rid of all the heat ducts and all that stuff. We still got to get rid of some more.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the sewer. I mean, that big international he had must have barely fit in here.
I don't know. I thought he had smaller trucks for a while.
He did. He had the old S Series Internationals, I think.
Yeah. And then I just talked to him at the car show. Matt, the guy that bought the business, he's not even down here anymore, I don't think.
Okay.
John's just got that shop for him and Joey, his grandson.
Yeah.
Joey's got a race car down. And John's got some tractors and stuff. Yeah. What's your last name?
Kelly.
Oh, you've been in here before.
Yeah. Fixed a recoil for me.
That's right.
A year ago or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're farming.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're renting the wedding farm.
Their side, and then I own the other side.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just fixed a shopping cart yesterday. It's kind of a bitch too.
They're nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've come around a lot since they moved here. Because when they moved here, they've learned a lot. Or they've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I should say. Because when they moved here, they had a Craftsman rider.
Yeah.
With a snowblower on it, and the fucking thing. They're not made for that.
No.
And then where they live is really not made for that. So they were trying to snowblower their driveway with the the front ends just give away, and they don't have weight on them.
Yeah.
So after they spent a couple thousand fixing that, then they bought something else. Then they asked Cody to come out and mow. I think he's got a zero turn now.
Yeah, I think so.
A little, not a commercial, but a nicer, heavier duty
Yeah.
one. But yeah, they've learned, some things, and I think everybody does that comes out here. Either they learn, or they either learn or they pack up and go back to the cities.
Yeah, that's like when it comes to like mowers. I mean, you can buy the cheap mower and it might run for a little while, but I mean, you throw them away.
Yeah, they're okay for if somebody lives in town and they take care of stuff. A guy in town can have a Craftsman rider, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you start going out into the country where you got a couple acres, it's gonna beat the fuck out of them, and you're gonna spend more money. And like, we got a John Deere 345 at Grandma's, which that mower is 20 years old. But the mower that it replaced was a John Deere 140 that my father-in-law bought brand new in 1968.
Yeah, they're
And we still, we don't use it, but it's still at the farm. But, the only problems we have with the 345 is stupidity on my sister-in-law's part, hitting things. But there's a stake in the ground for the guide wire for the power pole.
Yep.
Yeah, she hit it the other day. Blew the tire. I mean, wrecked it. So that was a mistake.
yeah the 345. I had a 425, one of the last ones made, and that was a really nice mower. They're building out.
The 425, yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the
Yeah. But then we were ready to go to a zero turn just because we were just it's taking so much time, to mow that. Then we bought one of them Z915Es.
Well, that's a big one.
So it's a 72 inch.
Yeah.
Or 60. No, it's 60. A 60 inch. It's the cheapest commercial here.
Oh.
It's
got the ROPS top on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got the good hydros. The only difference between that and like the other, like the M's. So you still have mechanical lift, for the deck on the E, and then like it's got pneumatic front tires instead of solid.
Oh.
And then like the rims and back aren't like the design to them; they're just plain rims. And then what else? Oh, there's no welded on step on the deck. It's just like that tape, the traction tape or grip, whatever, the sandpaper stuff.
They're still at $15,000, aren't they?
No, I think I paid $9,500.
Oh.
Because there was a deal. We bought that over a year ago, and then there was a discount with Farm Bureau and then something else. But yeah, then you get and it's a Kohler instead of the Kawasaki.
Oh.
But it's like 5 horse or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I mean, you can mow as fast as you can go.
Mm-hmm.
That 7-iron deck.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like if you get the good one, it'll just last. Like that 425, we got rid of it. It was old. I mean,
The problem is, and I tell everybody that, they ask me my opinion on mowers, because there's more and more stuff moving on here every single
day. Oh, yeah.
And they'll stop and ask me about mowers. And I say, you can spend the money on a John Deere or what have you, the money.
Yeah.
Spend the money now, you won't have any breakdowns for quite a while. But when it comes to fixing it, you'll have to spend some money to fix it, because spindles are going to be more, blades are going to be more. All that stuff, air filters will be more. Or you can go to Sears or wherever, Home Depot, and buy their little $2,000 whatever, and you're going to be sticking money with every single year. And,
yeah.
And it's going to be steering and wheel bearings and
whatever.
Yeah, spindles. And we were at Home Depot Saturday.
No Sunday.
And they had the cheap little, I think it was a Home Depot.
It was probably a cheap little Cup
MTD,
Cadet or something.
The town little,
yeah,
whatever. They were $22.85. for a little piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, Chinese engine in it. I mean, I got $2,000 into a 345. Obviously, I I bought it right, but the 345s have the plastic camshaft in them.
Yeah.
And so 900 hours, the cam takes a shit. So I bought this not running. I rebuilt the motor. But I got $2,000 into that, and the mower I could probably put it at the auction for 4,500.
Yeah, it seems like the good stuff like that would just last a long time.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of get well, they do a better job.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. It's like, I don't. You look at the way that commercial mower is built.
Mm.
You know, I mean, the deck is way heavier. I mean, the hydros are big, and
My buddy bought a what's straight out of Exmark.
You bought that? Yeah, X-Mark.
He bought a used Exmark that a lawn care service had. So it's got a lot of hours on it, but there's nothing else wrong with it, you know.
No, there's a little bit I think wrong, but not much.
You have key switch issue, and he said now it's starting to smoke a little bit. It's got 25 horsepower cold.
It's like a cheap end commercial one.
Well, it is a commercial. It's old, but his mom lives in the old schoolhouse out here on 730th or whatever. The old, I sure what it is.
I can't remember.
Skunk Hollow Schoolhouse or whatever it is. But there's like 3 acres. He mows that in like 15 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah, it takes you like an hour. Yeah, it's like
But at Grandma's house, we can mow with the 345, and the 140. I'll go around the trees with the 140, then he'll hop on and just go back. We can knock out 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's about 3 acres.
yeah, but it's probably about two and a half, probably 2.5.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. When we went to that zero turn, we cut the mowing in half.
And that's what you want because you don't want to be in that fucking lawnmower.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say is when you're mowing with the zero turn, like you're mowing, that's it. You're just mowing. Where like that 425, I can grab a beer and
Yeah.
drive the lawnmower, and it just the power steering on them is
That's what ours didn't have a cup holder on it, so I had some pink foam here, so I cut the toolbox out, whatever you want to call it. I cut that out when I took a hole saw and I cut holes for 2 beer cans.
Yep.
And then the foam keeps it cool too.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's more relaxing, but yeah, I can do it so fast.
Yeah.
You can take a few minutes. You just jump on for a few minutes at track and hammer out a bunch.
Right.
And yeah, and they're fast. I mean, like the transport speed and everything on them.
Oh yeah. Like Brandville, they got that Gravely. I think that'll go 8 miles an hour.
No, yeah, but then Jerry says X-Mark will go like what 10 miles an hour or something.
6. But Brandville's, they got that 72-inch. That theirs is getting pretty old. They got Mexicans.
Yeah.
So Mexicans don't get here. Every time it comes in here, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
Not because it should be, but it's
No, because they shot the blades, the air filter, everything shot.
everything. By the time it gets here, it needed an oil change. 2 oil changes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like if you got that commercial one and just need to change oil once a year and keep it greased, and they'll just kind of run. And I don't know. In a way, we don't put that many hours on.
Right.
So it's like it'll last a long time, and if you trade every few years, it really doesn't cost that much.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't deal with it. Because the last thing I want to do is fix.
Right.
I hate fixing the daily driver and the lawnmower.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I got an 07 that 4-door. It's a piece of shit. It was a piece of shit when I bought it, but it needs some work. Just as it does. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I hate fixing vehicles.
This dually out here, I don't mind that because that's the fun
Yeah.
one. kind of.
Yeah. Well, it's not a daily driver though either.
But it's a fun project. You know, just like my Pontiac, I don't mind fixing that because
Yeah.
when it comes to fixing your daily driver, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
My wife goes to Hudson for oil changes in her car.
But that's, I don't know, for what they charge for to change oil in the Yukon, I can't hardly do it
What did you
myself.
guys charge last time? $40?
It was like 40-45 bucks.
In 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then they want, plus they'll, I think they chassis lube it then too.
Yeah.
And they
check
put
the
like
tires.
window wash, yeah, and they do everything, check battery, all this and that, yeah.
And shoot, for last time I changed oil, she gave me a hard time now, and she says, "Why don't you change oil in this? You do everything else, And I go, so I auto value had because it's that OW 30 or OW 20 synthetic,
Oh yeah.
By the time you buy the oil and the filter, it was like 30 something.
Yeah, and then
Then I had still had to do it.
you still have to do it, and then you got to get rid of the oil.
Yeah.
And it takes you 15 minutes to get ready because you got to sweep the floor and crawl underneath it.
That's why I'm like, just take it. Or when she's working in town, Quincy, just pick it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think breakers will pick up too.
Yeah.
I've seen Randy's truck parked all over town.
Yep.
He must just drive his truck, leave it. It was sitting in Family Dollar for a while,
Yeah.
for a couple of days last week. Or I think it was his truck.
Yeah, I can't do that. But I suppose I better get back to work, but I'm going to run down Durand or something. All right.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.
You nasty. Thanks, Dad. You nasty. You nasty, man. What was that? You be nasty or something? Oh, you nasty. Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty. What's going on? Okay.